I'm Colleen Ballinger. If you've been keeping up with my videos recently, you would know that my pelvic bone is completely destroyed because of the baby that I'm carrying inside of me right now. I'm basically on bed rest, which means I'm not allowed to like do anything fun or active, and I walk at the pace of a really tiny, weak snail. Anyway, I didn't want to leave you guys with no video this week, and I have this one video I've been wanting to shoot for so long, and I just kept putting it off, and I'm finally gonna do it today. I hope you guys like it. I'm really excited about it. Yes, so let's get started. By the way, I know I look like a hot mess. I'm tired and I'm pregnant. Leave me alone. Don't come for me. Today, I'm going to fill you in on a bunch of secrets and a bunch of behind the scenes things that no one really knows about my new book. Now, it's not that new. This came out a few months ago, actually, and I've been meaning to make a video talking about all the secrets and hidden things inside of this book, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm finally gonna do it. I am gonna give away 2 books in this video. If you wait till the end, I'm gonna give away 1 book that's the American version, which is this kind with the flappy do, and it's like black underneath. And then I'm gonna give away the European version, which doesn't have the flappy do. So if you have this book, please follow along with me as I go through and show you some of my favorite things. If you don't have the book, you can buy it. You can get it on mirandasings.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, basically everywhere. So go get it and follow along, because I think you might have fun. So here we go. Here are the secrets of my book. So this is my second book. My first book was called Self-Help, and I wrote it with my brother, who's a freaking genius. I wrote this book by myself, so I'm gonna just tell you the secrets that are in here. Okay, the number one thing I hate about my book, maybe the only thing I hate about my book is the lock situation. Okay, so I was really adamant that this lock be on the very edge. So like how I wanted it to look, like this, where like the lock literally goes up against the edge like that, okay? For some reason, when all the manufacturers are like printing all the millions of copies and folding it, it left like this like 1/4 of an inch yellow here. It drives me insane. And every time I see it, I just wanna like take off the flap and like fix it. And so if you have this book at home, please go get it. Just fold it differently so that the lock goes up against the edge of the book, because it's a huge pet peeve of mine and it drives me totally nuts. Yeah, that's the only thing like I don't like. It's no one's fault. It's just like how it ended up being. Like once the book was getting folded, we checked it multiple times. When we checked it prior to the book coming out, it totally worked and was great and went up to the edge. And then for some reason, different places where the book is being made, it's just not going all the way to the edge. Anyway, there's a lot obviously that I want to talk about, so let's get started. I hand did everything, so everything is by hand. First one is this footprint picture, okay? So this page is a good example of how much work went into this book. I like Miranda's stuff to look like I put no effort into it. My first book looked like that, this book looks like this, my show, my YouTube videos. I always want everything to look like Miranda didn't care and just threw it together in 2 seconds. But what you don't know is that even though this book looks like it was made in 2 seconds, I redid each page by hand at least 20 times. So this page with the footprint took me all day because I wanted the foot just the right spot. I wanted to see just enough of the actual baby foot picture. I think this is Christopher's baby footprint. But I was walking around my house with a red foot, trying not to get red paint all over the house, just stepping on different pages, trying to get this to look exactly right. So that page is a good example of something that looks like, oh, I just slapped that together. The next page, that's a secret. This photo is of my sister, and this photo was also in my first book, but I edited it. So I want you guys to play the spot the difference game from my first book and this book and tell me what you can tell I edited to be different. Next one. I did a lot of photoshopping and editing with these pictures. So they are all actual pictures of me, but I altered them a little bit to be more Miranda-y. So this page is me, but the original picture I was brushing my teeth. So in this photo, I photoshopped my eyebrow up and I put a pregnancy stick in my mouth. And then this picture is me. I edited my lips to go up, my eyebrows to go up. This original photo is a photo of me and my brother, Trent, and I photoshopped his body onto my head because Trent was actually the one holding the snail, not me. This photo, this little girl, I don't have a permission of her, and she wasn't crying, she was smiling, but I thought it would be funny if Miranda was looking evil at a girl crying. So this is actually Rachel's face. That's a baby photo of Rachel, my sister. Also, this is a real poop, and it's my brother Christopher's. It was his first poo. My mom always took pictures of our first poos, so that's real and disgusting. So there's a lot of things taped into the book that are really gross. These pages, this is bird feathers, this is food. So I taped actual food into the books, and it would mold. So I would have to overnight pages to the publishers all the time, and this is one of the pages. You can even see in the mail overnight, this piece of meat started to mold. It was not moldy when I taped it into the book. Eric, my fiance slash husband slash boyfriend slash lovey slash everything, mother of my child, is in the book a couple times. But there's a hidden baby photo of Eric, and it is this photo right here. And this boy I didn't have the permission of, I don't know who he is, so I just put an old baby picture of Eric on the face of this boy. So I made a big joke in the book about wanting to be a model as Miranda. One of Miranda's many talents is becoming a model, and so I put these photos in. These are actual photos of when I genuinely did want to be a model. I did have a time in my life where I thought I was gonna be a famous model and I thought I was beautiful. That was the first time in my life that I experienced like low self-esteem or someone telling me I wasn't great, because something I love about children and something I love about the character of Miranda is their confidence. I think everyone should be confident and kind and wonderful and humble, of course, but I think everyone should have the feelings of being confident and feeling beautiful no matter what. And I felt that way. My mom always told me I was beautiful, my dad told me I was beautiful, so I was like, I'm a freaking model. So I went and tried modeling, and I got some pictures taken to try to go get a modeling agent, which are these. The hair and makeup girl told me my hair was gross. She told me I had a unibrow. She told me I had a mustache. She made fun of the type of music that I like. She made fun of my style. And I just remember, I will always remember that, because I'll remember being a confident little girl and someone telling me like I wasn't pretty. And then I went and took my modeling shots to all the different agencies. It was like this big cattle call where you show your modeling shots and hope someone picks you up and wants to be your agent. And no one wanted me. It was such a blow to my confidence. And I remember being like, never mind, I don't want to be a model anymore. I'm not pretty. So it's funny how like, I feel like everyone has a moment where they remember someone being mean to them like for the first time. I mean, I remember people being mean to me for other reasons as a kid, but like for my looks and my appearance, that was the first time I can remember, was when I was like 11 years old. You take what you want from that story. Okay, so this page was big drama. I sent a page with a chicken nugget, french fry, Band-Aid, chocolate, and a ball of hair. They didn't scan them for like a week or two, so when they took a picture of it, it was just green. Like the whole bag was just green and brown and disgusting, so I actually had to redo this page last minute and resend it to them overnight and have them take a picture of it that same day, so it was big drama. The next page, page 90, is actually a page from my real diary. A lot of these pages are all inspired from my actual diaries. I had a prayer journal, I had a homeschool journal, I had high school drama journals, I had all these different journals. This one page always made me laugh in my journal, which was I was so angry at Valentine's Day. I hated it so much, I just made a whole page that was just a collage of how much I hated love and Valentine's Day, and I thought I was gonna be single forever. I put that in this book because my diaries inspired this book, so I thought it'd be cool to put one of my actual diaries from my childhood in it. All of the blue chapter, these are real stories from actual things that happened to me. So this photo is actually a photo of a place I performed. I went on tour and I would perform anywhere and everywhere. I said yes to everything. And this is a place I performed in front of just like a bunch of empty tables. It was really embarrassing. This is also a true story on this page. So basically what the story is I performed in like this weird kids museum, and I really did perform on this like weird stage that was supposed to be like the Oval Office or something, and they like set up chairs for the audience. We sold quite a bit of tickets. I feel like we sold probably close to 100 tickets. And this guy who had me go to Utah was like, don't worry, we don't need a contract. Like, you know, it's all good. All you gotta do is cover your flight out here and a place to stay. And I was like, cool. So I flew myself out there. We'd sold it out. And then when I got back to New York, where I was living at the time, I called the guy and I was like, hey, when can you give me the check for the ticket sales? And he was like, oh, I'm just gonna keep it because, you know, I spent a lot of money on gas and stuff when you were here, so I'm just gonna keep all the money. And I didn't get any of the money from any of the ticket sales, any of the merch, like nothing. Like he totally scammed all my fans and me, and I learned a very valuable lesson at that show, which was always have a contract. So now no matter who it is, what it is, I always am like, we have to sign a contract. That was a devastating experience for me, and I learned a lot, but this actually did happen. I performed in this weird little museum, and the guy ended up stealing all the money, so that was really cool. On page 109, there's another story that is true. I was in Miami and I went on stage, performed, and when I got backstage, all of my stuff was stolen. Someone, while I was performing on the stage, went into my dressing room, stole my cell phone, my laptop, my luggage, stole everything. Back then, I traveled by myself, by the way. I went everywhere alone. I couldn't afford an assistant. I couldn't afford a manager. So I was stranded. I had no phone, no way to contact anyone, no money, no wallet. I went to the manager of the theater and I said, my phone is stolen. She was like, well, there's nothing I can do. Wouldn't help me with anything at all. I actually went back to my hotel and I just cried and cried and cried. I didn't have a phone. I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I went and used the computer that they had in the lobby, and I Facebook messaged Ariana and Frankie Grande and was like, I am stranded in Miami. I knew that they were in Florida, and Frankie was like, just come be with us and don't worry, we'll make sure you get home safe and everything. And the Grandes totally saved me, and that's a true story. So the next page in Miranda's journal, basically it gets to that Frankie does end up saving Miranda and getting her to New York. But the true story is that Frankie actually saved me and got me to his house, and I got to hang out with them, and they just constantly are amazing people. So yeah, that was on page 113. Page 109 actually is a story about a bunch of old ladies walking out of my show because they didn't like it, and that actually did happen too. So page 115 is actually kind of the beginning of the Miranda career. The order of it in the book is kind of backwards and twisted, but this is my first live performance as Miranda, was with the cast of Mamma Mia and Frankie Grande, and I performed at Birdland, which is a jazz club in New York City. I was just performing every night. I flew out to New York City and I just would perform anywhere I could, and that was my very first time performing as Miranda Sings. And then once I got some confidence that week performing as the character, I was like, okay, I'll start touring everywhere. And that's when I started doing all these random little gigs, like in Utah where I got screwed over, Miami where I got screwed over. That's actually what happened first, was New York City. So like I've said multiple times, I will perform anywhere and everywhere. One of the things I said yes to was Naked Boys Singing. So this actually happened. A cast of a show called Naked Boys Singing asked me to perform with them, and I said yes. So my dad came and filmed it, and they really were naked the whole show, and Miranda was just freaking out. There's footage of it, which is this scanned thing. So there are a bunch of these in this book. See, there's 3 on this page. I've noticed not many people have actually scanned them, but it's not hard to do. You just download any app called a QR code. So the app that I've downloaded was called QR Reader, okay? So you just open it up, you put it up to any of the QR codes in the book. And it'll immediately take you to the YouTube video and you can watch it. All these stories are true. That's the thing, is like all these stories sound made up in this diary. But on page 137, I talk about this time I went to Provincetown and barked in the streets. So what barking in the streets is when you go in the streets and try to get people to come buy tickets to your show. Basically, the only shows that happen in Provincetown are shows by drag queens and then little old me. And I have some great memories just standing in the streets for like 8 hours trying to get people to come to my shows. But competing with drag queens was really hard because drag queens are incredible performers, really rambunctious and loud and fun and hilarious, quick-witted, great improv actors. Like, I think drag queens are some of the best performers that we have on this planet. And so I was competing with them, and I feel like I learned a lot about Miranda and acting and performing from drag queens. Okay, so my favorite chapter I think is the fan chapter with all the different fan art. So this is obviously inspired by all the fan art that I get from you guys. You guys are so talented. I was not allowed to use any of your actual fan art, so I had to create my own. I actually asked my family to help me with this. This one I think I did. This one, my nephew Jake actually did draw. I taped on the hair. My sister Rachel did draw this picture. My nephew Parker actually did draw this picture. Corey really did draw this picture. Eric drew this picture. And then I got permission from some of you to put your photos actually in the book and make fun of you. So I actually really love this page. It's one of the last pages I did. Now near the end of the book, I start talking about haters back off. And this is the big thing that I'm really excited about and not many people have seen yet. On page 208, and this is the final thing I'm gonna talk about, there is a whole story about how the show was supposed to start, season 2 of Haters Back Off was supposed to start with this huge big dance number. There's a video right here that no one has ever seen except for the few people who've actually done the QR code to it with the performance that was supposed to be in Haters Back Off. So you can go and watch how Haters Back Off season 2 was supposed to start, this huge dance number with Miranda and dancers, and obviously I don't have the actual footage from Netflix, but I have all my behind the scenes footage, rehearsal footage, and I think it's a really great video and I'm super stoked on it and proud of it and would love for you guys to go check that out, but you have to get the book and scan the QR code in order to see it. I was really excited to finally share that footage with you guys and put it in the book. It's really cool and special, and I miss Haters Back Off so much. So there you go. That is kind of some of my favorite secrets from inside the book. If you guys have other questions, maybe I'll do a live stream about it. Sorry if this video is kind of boring to some of you. I'm limited with what I'm allowed to do right now because just totally broken. In order to win this book or the other version of the book, so this is the version you get if you're like in London. It doesn't have a flap on it. It's completely just printed onto the book. I'm gonna give away these 2 books. If you want to win one, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, share this video on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, something like that. Tag me so that I can see it. But you just have to be subscribed to me, tell people to come watch this video, and leave a little comment below saying why you think you should get the book. I'll DM 2 of you on Twitter, and you'll get a book. So I'll show you my little bump now. So this is what my bump looks like now. It's getting big, and he kicks a lot, and he's causing a lot of pain and misery, but I love him, and I can't wait to meet him. This is my little boy. Do I look pregnant? I love you guys. I'm gonna go lay down and rest, and I hope you enjoyed this video and a little behind the scenes stuff. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.